Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the quiet Kentucky morning, mist clung to the trees like grief clinging to a heart that refused to heal. For the Slaton sisters, life had always been a fight against weight, against judgment, against their own demons, and sometimes even against each other. But nothing could prepare them for this. One loss followed by another, like life itself had chosen them for punishment. Tammy Slaton had always been a warrior, stubborn, loud, fierce, and deeply emotional beneath all the layers of humor and toughness. She had survived hospital beds, rehab centers, oxygen tubes, heart scares, and a lifetime of being underestimated. Everyone whispered she was too strong to fall, too stubborn to die. But in this story, the dramatic universe where emotions are amplified and every heartbeat carries the weight of a decade, Tammy's journey came to a sudden, heartbreaking pause. Her passing was peaceful, they said, a quiet moment in her sleep, a gentle breath that simply never returned to her chest. But for Amy, nothing about it felt peaceful. It felt violent, a rip through her soul, a scream that had no sound, a world that suddenly forgot how to be whole. And just when she thought she couldn't break further, life whispered, "One loss isn't enough." Amy didn't know it yet, but another goodbye was already waiting, a second Slaton soul ready to slip away only days after Tammy's tragic departure. A house without Tammy. The house felt wrong. Tammy's corner chair sat untouched, oxygen machine quiet, the familiar click hiss missing like a lost heartbeat in the room. The remote she always guarded lay still, as if waiting for her voice to snap, "Gimme the clicker." One more time. Amy held one of Tammy's old stuffed unicorns close, a tear falling hot onto the faded fabric. It smelled faintly like perfume and cotton candy soda, Tammy's favorite mix. "I can't believe you're gone," Amy whispered. "You were supposed to annoy me till we was old ladies." Her voice cracked. She could almost hear Tammy laughing, teasing her for getting emotional, rolling her eyes and saying, "Girl, stop crying. I ain't going nowhere." But she had gone somewhere Amy couldn't follow. Gage pulled on her shirt. "Mommy, where Aunt Tammy?" Amy tried to smile, swallowing pain. "She's with the angels, baby." He scrunched his little nose. "Angel got wheelchair?" The innocent question shattered her all over again. She hugged him, whispering into his hair, "I hope so, baby. I hope so." Chris tries to hold them together. Chris Slaton stood at the stove frying bacon, wiping sweat and tears with the back of his hand. Food had always been comfort for them, a blessing and a curse. But today, it tasted like ash. He set a plate in front of Amy. "You gotta eat, sis. You'll fall apart if you don't keep strength." Amy pushed the plate away. "Strength ain't doing me no good right now." Chris sighed. "You know Tammy wouldn't want you starving. Girl fought to stay alive. She'd haunt you for skipping breakfast." Amy laughed weakly, a cracked sound fragile as glass. "She already haunted me," she whispered. "I hear her in every corner." Chris's eyes softened, grief settling like lead in his chest. "We're Slatons. We fall down, we cry, we cuss, we fight, but we get back up, every time." But even as he said it, Chris looked worried, not for himself, for Mama Darlene. Because in her eyes, grief wasn't a storm, it was surrender. Mama Slaton's silence. Darlene Slaton sat in her recliner staring at old photos, Tammy grinning at the camera, making peace signs, sticking her tongue out like a teenager instead of a woman who had fought death more times than most. Tammy had always said she was too stubborn to die, and Darlene believed it. Maybe she relied on it. But now? Silence was louder than Tammy ever was. Amy knelt beside her. "Mama, you need anything? Water? Your pills?" Darlene blinked slowly, like every movement took effort. "I'm tired, Amy," she murmured. "You should rest a little," Amy said gently. Darlene shook her head. "This ain't the kind of tired that sleep fixes." Amy froze. A chill crept down her spine, a whisper of something final. "Mama, don't talk like that." "I lost my baby girl," Darlene whispered, "and I'm old. My body knows it." Amy grabbed her hand tightly. "You still got us." Darlene smiled sadly. "For a little while." Something in her tone made Amy's heart pound. The room suddenly felt too quiet, like the air itself was holding its breath. The second goodbye. 3 days after Tammy's funeral, it happened. Amy was folding tiny shirts in the living room when she heard a soft thump from the bedroom. She ran, heart racing. "Mom?" Darlene lay still, her head limply against the recliner, eyes closed. Peaceful. Too peaceful. Amy shook her shoulders gently. "Mama? Mama, wake up. Please wake up." No response. A scream tore from her throat, raw, terrified animal. Chris rushed in, face draining of color. "No, no, Lord, not again." They tried CPR, called 911, begged, prayed, pleaded. But just like Tammy, Mama Slaton was gone, not from struggle, not from battle, but from heartbreak. Her fragile body simply couldn't endure another goodbye. The weight of 2 losses. The house turned into a shrine of silence, grief hanging like fog that refused to lift. Amy felt hollow, as if pieces of her had been carved away. 2 funerals in 1 week. 2 angels in the same heaven. Too much pain for one family to bear. Neighbors left casseroles. Fans left messages. But nothing filled the emptiness. At night, Amy sat on the porch with a blanket wrapped around her shoulders. Fireflies flickered in the yard, tiny lights in the darkness. She whispered into the quiet, "I don't know how to live without y'all. I don't know how to be a sister without Tammy, or a daughter without Mama." She pressed a hand to her heart. "But I'll try. For my boys. For Chris. For y'all watching." The wind blew gently through the trees like soft applause, like angel wings brushing the earth. A letter from Tammy found too late. The next morning, Amy found a notebook in Tammy's drawer. Pages full of jokes, goals, doodles, and 1 page written in shaky but determined handwriting. "If you're reading this, I'm gone or real sick or some mess. Amy, don't fall apart. I don't want to see you cry in heaven later. You got kids to raise and tacos to eat. I know I was dramatic, but dang girl, so are you. Promise me something. Live big. Laugh loud. Love yourself. And don't let nobody talk trash about my hair or my outfits. I looked fabulous, period. Tell Mama I love her. Tell Chris to stop stealing my snacks. See you when the angels say it's time. Not before. I love you forever, sis." The Queen Tammy Slaton. Amy hugged the notebook to her chest, tears falling, but this time they weren't only for pain. They were for love, memory, and the unbreakable thread that tied sisters forever, even beyond breath, carrying their legacy. Months passed in this story world, the one built from imagination and heartache. Healing came slowly, like dawn after an endless night. Amy planted a garden in Tammy's honor, sunflowers her favorite. Chris hung a picture wall, Tammy smiling, Mama beside her. Life didn't go back to normal, it built a new shape, one that held both grief and gratitude. Every morning, Amy whispered, "I'm still here. I'm still trying." And somewhere in the quiet Kentucky wind, she liked to believe Tammy whispered back, "Could. Keep going. You ain't done yet." The Slaton spirit lives on. This world, the one where Tammy and Darlene left too soon, is not real. But the emotions behind it, the strength, the love, the heartbreak, the humor, the survival, that is very real. Because the Slaton's true story is not about death. It's about living through the hardest storms and refusing to surrender. Tammy lives. Amy lives. Their family lives. Their legacy, love, laughter, resilience, lives stronger than ever. And their message remains the same. No matter the weight on your body or your heart, you get up. You live. You fight. You love louder.